So nice to see you all today, and I love to talk, so thanks for listening. I wanted to share something personal with you, and what it is in February, on February 2nd of 2014, I was at a bar for Super Bowl Sunday, and I had watched the first half of the game and stayed for the halftime show. So my guy went without me, went on home, and I went ahead and drove myself home. And I had had several drinks and was in a drunk driving car accident where on my way home, it was about a block away from my house. Yeah. Slipped on some ice. My car slipped on ice and spun into a tree, pulled the door off of the side of the car, so my body was completely exposed on one side, and my head, my face hit the tree several times. Even though the airbags did help, I broke 4 ribs. I popped a lung, punctured the lung, which caused my lung to collapse. Breaking 4 ribs is unbelievably painful. If you've ever had one broken rib, you can, I'm sure, only imagine. But the breathing problems that it caused and everything, and then it caused, I had hit my head. On the back of my head, on both sides of the back of my head, I had fractured my skull. So because of those 2 fractures on both sides of my head, I was bleeding out of my ears. So when they found me, I'm sure that sight was horrendous. Can you imagine? Just coming up to somebody who had just been in a car accident, completely out with their ears bleeding. That's just unimaginable. To have to come, and I have since talked to the woman who came up on me and had seen me like this, just as I just described to you. She had come up and stroked my hair and just prayed over me, which is the first of many, many miracles that I got. And you can see I'm welling up in tears. This eye cries, this one doesn't. Anyway, so thank you to that woman who prayed over me and called many, many people to pray over me. Her child was traumatized by seeing that, and he slept with his parents. He was 12 years old. Never slept with his parents, and slept with his parents after that because it traumatized him so bad. My life, such a small, one person, one thing, one decision to drink and drive, made so many ripples, caused so many people to do something that night, and a lot of them pray. Oh, thank you so much if you prayed for me. Okay, so I had the traumatic brain injury in my head, and because of the injury to my head, to the nerve in my head, it caused blindness in this eye, black, completely blind. And that was another one of the things that had happened to me, and then had broken 4 ribs. Neither one of my eyes would shut all the way. So I even had to go to a surgeon. I have an optometrist at Barnes that I see, and that had done all the testing with my eyes and everything, because when she originally had seen me, my eye was completely blind, completely black, seeing nothing, absolutely nothing. Today, at this very moment, I can see myself. I can see 20/40. I have 20/40 vision in this eye now. I have been healed of blindness in this eye. Thank you to Sharon, who prayed, put her hand over my eye and prayed, this girl is healed, and prayed over my eye, and believe it or not, I am going to be able to get glasses where I can see out of this eye. That's another amazing miracle that happened to me. I quit breathing and my heart stopped in the helicopter. They actually had to cut me out of the top of the car to get me out, or cut the top out of the car and cut me out to get me out of the car, to get me into the helicopter, to save my life, to go to Barnes Hospital. That's how serious this accident was, because I chose to drink and drive. Yeah. So twice in that helicopter, I died. I flatlined, and they had to bring me back to life. They had to work on me. Here's the thing. I don't have any memory of this. I feel like when I'm talking about this, I feel like I'm talking about somebody else telling a story to you about everything that happened. And that's not the case at all. The woman who saw me and prayed over me whenever she found me in the car and called 911 and that, actually had called my next door neighbor, Paula, who's a sweet, wonderful woman, and good Christian people. Paula and Stan are, and their sweet daughter Taylor. And they had a Bible study group that they talked to, that everybody in this Bible study group stood in a circle, arms around each other, heads down, and prayed over me, which is probably right about the time I was flying over and coming back to life. They prayed over me, and miracles happened. And then all over Facebook, all of you people, you wonderful people, prayed for me. And I made, that's another thing I'll tell in a minute. But it's just amazing that I broke several bones in my face, and my eye, I guess, was swollen shut, but were lots of breaks through here, and broke a jaw. And just when I look at the records, because I don't remember anything that happened, I look at the records from the hospital, and it just says multiple facial fractures. It doesn't even say how many fractures I had, because I had so many. So that told me right there that it must have been horrible. I don't have any pictures of it. Nobody actually took a picture of me in the hospital. Kind of wish that they had, so I could compare it to now, because not only was this eye blind, this whole side of my face completely paralyzed. It just sunk. Like, I could smile on this side, you could go like this and see a smile go like this, and just totally see flat, nothing. And so I was able to survive that. And my face was paralyzed for a long time after that. I got home from the hospital. I was in the hospital for a month. That was a long time to be in the hospital. Thank God I don't remember that either. I only remember the last week of it. And yeah, my face was paralyzed. And still, you'll see this will raise up, this won't, this will. And you'll see when I go to pucker, one side really puckers and the other doesn't. It's just, you know what? Those are little bitty tiny things you should see. I do have a picture of the one side of my face being paralyzed, and I'll post that later. But the miracles that happened to my body, it was devastating for me not to be able to smile. I love to smile. I do. I always have. Even a depressed bipolar girl that I used to be, I loved to smile at the neighbors when I'm driving by and stuff. And when you're giving a look like this, it is not a good feeling, because the reaction that you get back isn't a smile back. It's more of a, I feel sorry for you, or what'd you give me that look for? It wasn't what I wanted, so smiling at people wasn't fun anymore. And I was able to smile after a while. I got you can see I can smile. I am a miracle. This face right here, a miracle. This person, but this heart, because of you people praying for me, and everybody that chipped in and just, posted, hey, pray for this girl, pray for this girl. Oh my gosh. The blessings that came back to me when I got home from the hospital and found out how many people actually cared about me. I wasn't depressed anymore. I didn't feel that way anymore. Everything changed. And God really moved in my life that way. He made sure that I felt the presence of all the people who were loving on me. I had people sending me cards. I think I even posted that I wanted people to send me cards because I loved them so much. But I did. I enjoyed those cards so very much, and I enjoyed the posts and everybody praying for me and everybody just kind of pulling for me. And then Younique came along. I was at home trying to heal, and I was still a little bit paralyzed in my face, not completely, but partially still. And Younique came along when I was healing, and I was still able to make money, work, and that was one of the best things that ever happened to me. And the girls that I have made friends with, and I couldn't drive for the first part of probably the first 6 months when I was working for Younique. And so that 6 months, people would come over. I'd have meetings at my house. They would come to me since I couldn't go to them. They'd come to me and they would come and get me and take me places. I had the best friends in the world just helping me out through Younique. That was amazing. And no, this is not a thing to try to get you to join Younique. This is just my story. I just wanted to tell you how much of a miracle my life actually is, the fact that I am living now and survive and am this happy. I am not just the person I used to be. I don't drink anymore. I can't stand the taste of alcohol. God completely delivered me from alcohol. I will never, ever drink it again. I messed around with it a couple of times just to see, kind of missed my old routines. So I tried to drink a couple of times, and honestly, I really didn't like it. It's just gone. It's a huge, huge part of my life that is gone now. And I couldn't be happier about it. Just my whole life revolved around alcohol before that. And I didn't realize that until I quit drinking, how involved my life was around alcohol. Made me make a lot of really bad decisions in my life. And I made a lot of bad decisions in my life. But I tell you, my life now, I am happier than I've ever been. I just need my babies back. I just need my kids to come back, and they're still a little upset with me, and I don't want any comments about my kids. None. But I'm working on that. I'm praying about that. So I'm just going to leave that part out. But as far as the rest of my life, everything has gone great. And I just can't thank the Lord enough for being a part of my life and saving my life. And don't drink and drive. Don't do it. It is just not worth it. You can be delivered. God can be there for you. Ask me how. I'm here to help, and I will see you guys later, but I just wanted to tell you what an amazing blessing God has been in my life, and how much happier I am, and how glad I am to not have alcohol be a part of my life anymore. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later. God bless you.